Mike Bohn here in Las Vegas with Darren Till at the end of UFC 282 Media Day. We just wrapped up and we just drove over here from the Apex, and I don't think my butt has unclenched from you driving, Darren. That was absolutely terrifying.
Sorry about that, mate. I have to do that to all newcomers in the car.
Is that how we drive all the time? I know you have some history when it comes to driving.
No, I do go mad from time to time, but we've only just got the new car, so the guys, they all wanted like a supercar this week, so we got like an X5M competition, so I was like, take it for a little spin in it. So just unfortunate that you were in the car, mate.
It was an experience. I'll never forget it, at least that much. You're giving me new memories.
Yes, all of that, mate. All of that, son. Come on, lad.
How's it been? When did you get in? On Tuesday, or have you been here a few days?
No, I tell you a story. Not like I wanted to get here 10 days before the fight, so I spoke to like the UFC and that, and there's just no way to get, like, there was something with the fights and that. So from Phuket, I said, listen, I don't care what happens. I'm getting a flight from Phuket to Bangkok tonight. So I did, got on the flight to Phuket to Bangkok. At Bangkok, immigration had overstayed me welcome in Thailand, so there's a visa charge. So I tried to pay it. They don't take card, and because I'd maxed out my card to pay me rental, they just basically made me lose the flight. So I had to ring Hunter. Hunter had to rebook flights the next day. So I had to stay the night in Bangkok. Gets back the next day, the flight engine broke down, so we never left again. Then they rebooked another flight to get to South Korea. We ended up in South Korea. We had to stay the night in South Korea. From South Korea in that morning, we had to fly to Seattle to Vegas. It took us 4 days. It was a 4-day flight. It was absolutely horrific, but we got in Friday, I think, so we've been here quite a while now.
You have some bad luck with this. Was this worse than the New York experience?
No, because New York was getting closer and closer to the fight, and it was America, and I was thinking about jet lag and visas, and obviously it was a big fight for me against Gaslam. The card was massive. I think it was like the biggest card of that year, so I've got a bad I've got bad luck with shit like this, you know what I mean? So
it's a little chilly out here, so I'm going to put the hood back up just so we can match it and have similar looks here. But yeah, you rented a nice house here with the boys. You got a big crew. Why do you like to do this over just like staying in the fighter hotel with everyone else?
I don't know. First of all, obviously, BlockAsset, like, they gave me the option. They were like, you know, you want the house or the hotel? And I was like, obviously the house. But well, when I say they gave me the option, they had no choice. I'm one of the owners, mate. But I just, obviously I like to get my obligations done for the UFC and everyone else, even like yourself, but it's just more comfortable being at home with the lads. Everyone can be themselves. Like in the hotel, you're walking downstairs, you know, it's just a bit more, I just like, I'm in the comfort of my own home. I can invite who I want to invite. Got no one phoning or calling doorbells. It's a better experience altogether. So I've done this now for years, and I love doing it. So every time I obviously travel, even if when I'm on the London card in March, like I'll probably get a little gaff down there for the week, just so we don't have to go back and forth. It's a better experience.
And we'll get to the London card and stuff, but I want to ask you about the BlockAsset stuff. I know that's something that's been, near and dear to you for a little while now. Just tell anyone who's maybe unfamiliar with what that's all about and your involvement. Just give us the rundown.
BlockAsset at the moment, Mike. I know they say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but I've completely and utterly dedicated this year to a few things, and one of them things was BlockAsset. I've just seen the surge, and we've only been going, I think 19 months now. I don't even know, 16 months, I think, and we've done a charity NFT drop for USADA and the USADA Foundation for Ukraine. We've done a Legends collection. We brought out our own coin, which is on the coin market and stuff like that. I know crypto's not the best right now, and I'm not the most knowledgeable to be talking about it all, but it's like, I'm a founding partner of one of the largest growing startup tech companies in the world. You know, look at all the athletes we've got on board. Khamzat Chimaev, myself, Leon Edwards, Alex Pereira just recently, and I don't want to miss anyone out, loads more. Brendan Loughnane, who fought on PFL, Dakota, who fought with Brendan. Like, we're just absolutely, like, we're flying, and we're going to be taking over the MMA spaces real soon, and I think everyone knows that. We're a force to be reckoned with, so I'm truly proud of what we're doing and the team we've got behind us. We've got a team like 70 already, people working for us. It's excellent, and the work we're putting out in the crypto market, in the crypto scene, and the NFT scene, and in the whole tech world, and the stuff we're doing with like athletes and production and video, and it's absolutely, every day I wake up and I go, I'm a UFC fighter, and like, I'm a little bit of an entrepreneur, so I'm happy with the direction it's going in.
So, I mean, been a while since you fought, obviously. Has this been one of the rougher stretches for you? I mean, everything that you've dealt with since the last fight?
It's just a little bit of the downs and lows, isn't it, about it all? Like, it's hard to explain for what a fighter thinks about after stuff like this, and then obviously when he's on the high. I have fought the best fighters there is to fight in the world. So does that put me at the elite? Yes, it does. you get beat, you're still elite, of course, but you get beat, you know, that's how it is. And it's been rough and tough, but as I say, I put everything into this camp, put everything into my training as I always do, so I can only go out there Saturday night and perform and stay true to myself and my word, what I said all them years ago to myself. You know, I'm not motivated by fame or money, I'm motivated by something totally different, so I'm just going to go out there and have a good fight. That's what I'm going to do.
Why Thailand? I know you've jumped around. You were in Sweden. You've done some few things. Why was that one that drew you?
Yeah, obviously the majority of my career has been spent in Liverpool at Team Carbon, and then obviously I've been bouncing around Sweden. That's you know, a team close to me out now, All Stars as well, with Khamzat and Andreas and Magdi and all them guys. And but Brendan was out there, and I just heard a few things and seen a few things, and I just thought that's the place for me. Total focus. 24 million miles away from where I need to be, like that's it. And as soon as I got there, it was all fire. I loved it. I've had a great camp. I'm not gonna say it's been all great. Like, there's been downs and lows, but I've had a good solid camp. I feel fit. I feel ready. It's 3 rounds. I've only had to train for 5 rounds in the last 3 fights, so I'm fit enough for 3 rounds. My weight is absolutely sensational. I haven't ate today, but I haven't ate for a reason. I wanted to water load and just have a big feed tonight, you know, for my training session. But I don't feel hungry and I don't feel like I've got no energy. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not much in shape. I'm in great shape.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people that have been around you, and they say like Darren's so focused. He's never been so focused in a camp. Have you felt that too? Like, would you agree with anyone who said that?
Yeah, because I think it's been me as well. Like, just me against me. I haven't had anyone over me. Like, it's just been me, and I've had to do my shit. So I've had all my shit written down on my little phone, and I've just been super like razor focused on everything: diet, sleep, recovery. Like people who've been with me, they're there for a reason, and I've been kicking ass. I'm like, mate, we're here to do this, that, the other. Every day, me and Brendan are like, this is the day, this is what we're doing. Ba-bum. Okay, some days this happened, that happened, but like, I am super razor focused at the moment, and I've got to be for a guy like Dricus. You know, he's a tough old cookie, and he's a fucking, you know, he's coming to take heads off. Got to be prepared for him.
Anyone who knows him knows he's good. He's done some good stuff in the UFC. But were you surprised by the matchup at all? Like, considering the guys who you have fought, and maybe like he hasn't done as much as them quite yet.
Not really. I don't think I've ever declined a fight. I know for one thing. I know we have that joke about I'm not scared of anyone. I'm not scared to fight anyone. We're fighting, aren't we? But they offered that matchup. They seen it was a good matchup between both of us, and you know, I accepted. It's not like a thing where nah, he's not doing nothing for my career. I need to win, man. I need to win Saturday, so let's fight.
And I know we talked a little bit about media day, how like there's no trash talk here, and it's all like, you know, pretty cordial between you two. He did say one comment, which I wouldn't really consider trash talk, but he said when Darren shows up and he's on point, he might be the best fighter in the world, but when he doesn't, he might be one of the worst, which is like maybe like a backhanded thing. What do you make of that? Is that like a bad analysis?
Compliment at the same time, no.
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah, thank you, Dricus. As I say, I've got nothing towards Dricus. I don't feel anything towards him. We're just going to fight, and we're going to be in there, and after it, I won't feel any different anyway. So it's one of them things. But he's right in saying when I'm on it, I'm just on it. No one can touch me. They can't, honestly. I don't know what it is with me striking, just how much I believe in it. It's not even about the striking concept of it. It's me movement and me distance and timing. It's not about the strongest man when you're striking. So I'm fully confident in it. You know what I mean? And I'm ready. I do feel really ready.
And I mean, like, it seems like already in this fight you're kind of set up. They announced London today. Are you like pretty confident you're going to be on that card? Obviously, you come out healthy and stuff. But March, is that a good turnaround for you?
Yeah, I think it's a great turnaround for me. I don't want to lag off this fight. I don't want to go and fucking do like madness. I honestly, I'm really, really missing my family at the moment. I'm missing my family back home, my girlfriend and my kids. And
you just had another one, right?
I've just had a newborn baby. Yeah, she was born the day before I left for Thailand. So it was quite a. To be honest, it was a really tough decision, because I could have sat back and went, I'll give Thailand another 2-3 weeks, but no, because you've always got to remember in camp, there's always stuff in camp as well that happens, speed bumps, you get sick, you know, you have a little niggle one day, the other, you got to count for like a week or 2 there. So I just said, no, you know what, sacrifice. But every day I see pictures of my newborn. Her name's Till, and she's a little queen. I love her to the earth and back. I can't wait to just get back after this fight and just spend the best Christmas of my life with my family. I fucking love my family to bits.
Yeah, that must be tough to deal with, you know, that time off. But I guess you did calculate it right, because you had the setback with the eye poke, right?
Yeah, exactly that. So that was another thing. Like, I swear it must have been the worst eye poke in the history of eye pokes. Like, this guy, he didn't do it on purpose. He just eye poke, like, and it set me back. I still trained. I wanted to wrestle straight after, but I trained every day. But it was like an inconvenience. Like Like obviously I'm training and fighting like that, but obviously I just focused on this is the thing, and I want all aspiring young fighters and even current fighters to understand this, and this is my little word of advice if anyone ever wants to take it. There is always something you can do. There's always something outside. If your feet aren't working, you can do, like, there's always something to be done. So like when that happened, I just thought, okay, gonna be a little bit tough doing this and this. Okay, I can do this and this. And me and Brendan sat down and game planned it. Like, what are you gonna do around your eye? And then after 4 days, it took me medication. It was fine again. So there's no excuses, man. There's not excuse for me. I lost my last fight. I didn't come out. Everyone knows I was injured, but I didn't come out saying lost because I was injured. The better man won. Yeah, I was severely injured, but I'm not gonna sit here and discredit Derek. So, you know, that's just how I see the world.
It's the way it goes, right? Like, look what TJ Dillashaw just went into a title fight with. Like, this stuff happens. Obviously, there's maybe a limit where you feel like you just simply can't compete, but no one goes in there healthy, right?
It really does happen, and I was training with Marvin, and I even felt sorry training because I was like, does he really think I pulled out of our fight because I was like messing about? I had a severely snapped collarbone when I pulled out of Marvin, and I begged Dana White and Hunter to let me fight. And I begged Colin, they were like, you can't fight. I was like, inject me with anything. Don't even care if I fail USADA. You know what I mean? Because how prepared I was for that fight. But these things happen. You look at TJ, man, like I thought TJ was unstoppable a few years. I know the PADs and stuff like that, but then you see him now and it's just like, wow. So
retired.
Well, he's retired.
Retired.
Has he retired? Like I can imagine.
You informed them that he's retired, so whatever that means for now.
I don't know. I think the USADA thing is like I don't know, because I haven't got a clue even how to take supplements or PEDs. If I knew how to take it all, I probably would take it. Yeah, come on, let's do it. But I don't know how it works. All I know is the USADA, it's quite tough getting around things where you travel. You've got to update your whereabouts constantly. And I know TJ, he's going to want to come back and inject something himself to get himself better with his shoulder. So as he retired, maybe, I don't know how old he is. He still looks good. He's a very focused young individual. So I don't know, man. Has he retired or has he left his USADA? We'll never know the truth unless we get TJ here. Yeah. So.
Was USADA out there much in Thailand? Or I've heard kind of mixed stories about how often they visit out there.
They was there a few times for me, and then people and this and that the other, but like I don't think it's quite like America or other places. I don't think they can get to the spots. Like Thailand's the jungle, man, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, they came like 2 or 3 times for me. That was after them WhatsApping me like, Till, update your whereabouts, come on, but like, come on. I've always been quite cool with them, but it is a little bit of an inconvenience. But at the end of the day, we have got to keep the sport a clean, like an even playing field. But I don't think it is. I do think a lot of people are using stuff. I do.
Yeah, I think it's starting to get some of the layers peeled back to the public. We'll see what happens.
100%. And like, as I said here, if we're going to keep it even, you're doing PEDs, okay, I'll do some PEDs. If you're not, you're not. Like, for me, it's never been a thing. But it should become a little bit of a thing in my head as well, because why the fuck should he enter and have that big advantage over me being able to gas tank and strength and I haven't got it? I know, like I've said as well, believe in your technique and power, but fuck, I have the technique with the PD. So it's a very, very political conversation to have. I don't want to be the guy to start, even though I'll probably just have there. But yeah, it's something that needs to be addressed further. But what's going to happen? Are USADA going to come to your house every single day? Because I tell you one thing, when they're coming at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning, which they do come, it's not nice. Because I know I have to be up at 9 and I'm losing 3 hours sleep there. Like, why are you here? But do you want a clean sport, or do you like? It's a very political conversation to have.
Yeah, we could sit here for hours and talk about it, but you mentioned Marvin. I think that photo you dropped of you two together was one of like the surprise social media posts of the year. Like, how did this even happen? Did you just like show up there one day? Did he ring you and be like, "Hey, I'm coming. Hopefully it's cool"?
You know what? We are probably going to fight one day, and we're probably going to trash talk on that. But I do have to say, genuinely from the heart, he is one of the most pleasant people I've ever met in my entire life. He is a pleasant man. Even like, it's funny because one of the guys who's with me, my friend Christian, like, obviously when me and Marvin beefing, he's like, yeah, fuck Marvin. And like, after it, he was like, wow, isn't he a nice guy? So I was like, yeah, he's genuinely nice. We got loads of working together, helped each other with a few things. And like, he come to the gym one day. I remember I was wrestling in the cage, and I didn't know who it was when he was on top of someone. I seen tattoos. I thought, who's this big guy? Because he's a big dude. And he turned and I thought, oh, it's Marvin. I thought, it's going to be some little... We're going to have to beef now. And then he was like laughing and I was laughing. I thought, do you know what? And then we just got on like a house on fire. I invited him to come and train with me at Phuket Grappling Academy. We got some boss work in there. And then the last day I was going, he was sparring. I'd done the timer for him and stuff like that. So I do have to say, I didn't expect me to sit here and say this about Marvin because we did have a lot of serious beef, but he's a real pleasant guy. So, yeah.
You just never know what someone's like till you get that actual interaction, right?
You don't know what they're like. Like, I don't know what people perceive of me, whether I'm fucking crazy, this, that, the other, beefing with everyone, but I just am who I am. I am that.
Well, I will say, like, I went and interviewed Sean Strickland at Extreme Couture, and he's obviously his whole other case, and camera on or not, he's a little still Sean Strickland, but nice guy to talk to you, like, personally, and have a good conversation with.
It's the same thing with Sean. Like, me and Sean potentially will fight someone. He actually said to me in the PI, he's like, you should call me out after you fight. I'm like, I'm looking thinking, this guy, he's crazier than me, but it's that thing. Me and Sean turned up at the boxing gym one day and done 12 rounds with each other and stuff like that. But I can only say good things about Sean. Yeah, he's an outspoken individual, but he's never once disrespected me. I think he knows when the real people are the real and the fights and that. We've always had a good relationship, and I can't say enough good things about him as well. So, you know, there's some people like, yeah, I think, nah, it's not my cup of tea. But what I have to say about Marvin and Sean, whether we fight or not, I like them. I do.
And you mentioned the Yoel Romero kind of scary thing earlier. Where does Alex Pereira fall on like the scary scale of fighters? Because he seems to be a pretty intimidating dude, the new middleweight champ.
Yeah, he doesn't actually for me. The whole thing was different. You know, he's a talented guy, Alex. He's a fucking phenomenally powerful striker. Like, don't get it with them strikes. But at the end of the day, it wasn't like he went in and dusted Izzy. Like, Izzy was winning the fight very comfortably, but Alex just done what Alex does. So yeah, it's a big fight. It's a fight you need to be prepared for because he's prepared. I actually seen him in the PI. I was like, congratulations on your win. That he's like, he's a man of few words. He was like just looking at me like.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, and I was just like, does he want to fight or go for a cup of tea? I was like, what does he want? But yeah, the Yoel thing was just. Don't know where the Yoel thing come from. I'm still scared of him. Yeah, I'm a little bit fearful of Yoel. He's still starching dudes. So, like,
fight for the title in Bellator's next fight.
Listen, I've got to say, I've been a fan of Yoel before anyone even knew who Yoel was. I know Yoel from only because my wrestling coach used to speak about him. Okay. So I'm a fan of Yoel. If we fight, yeah, we fight. But listen, I'm admirable of the guy, and he's actually not a shit talker or nothing like that. And even when I was shit talking him and saying all that stuff, I always used to see him laughing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm happy he's still going at his age. I don't know what's in him. Like, he's made of steel. So yeah.
I know focus is on this fight, but how did Alex winning over Izzy kind of change the trajectory maybe for you? Because we all knew like Izzy wanted to fight you, and they were like, Darren just needs to win the one fight. Like, if you went on Saturday and he was still the champ, I'm sure his team probably would have been pushing for that because he would have needed someone new. Yeah. So like is that discouraging at all, being like, hey, my road changes, or does it not really make a big difference?
No, not really. I think what we all need to look at is when it's all said and done, when we're all at the end of our time, me, Izzy, whatever, we're going to meet one day and he probably have the title, I will, or whatever. It's a fight that's got to happen because I know he wants to fight for one reason. He wants to test my type of striking against this, and I've always known that because he's seen the type of striker I am, and I've seen the type of striker he is, like, phenomenal. But we'll just see. But I think now with Pereira having the title, it's going to change up. A lot of things are going to change up because if Izzy doesn't get the title back, there's a lot of people there to take it.
Yeah. Do you think he wins that rematch, fourth fight, whatever you want to do it?
I mean, you've just said it, Mike. Fourth fight. I don't know what to say at this point. Like, I've watched all three fights. I've watched.
Won, like, majority of them.
This is the thing. So I've watched all three fights, and the two fights he was just absolutely winning comfortably. He could have sat down. He's comfortably, and Alex, all three times, just seems to just from somewhere, I don't know what it is, whether he's got Izzy's number or what, gets the win, and it's quite terrifying for Izzy because can Izzy beat him? Can he beat him? Because we've seen he can, but then he can't because the fifth Alex got it back. So it's it's actually another political conversation, like, to be had. All the MMA fans in the comments will be like, you know what it'll be like, but I don't know. Is a fourth fight worth it? I mean, yeah, you have to because Izzy was the champ for like a long time and he was dominant. But I mean, Alex has beat him 3 times, and it's not like the wrestlers are striker; they're both strikers. So
you go into that fourth fight right away. He loses. Who knows where that puts Izzy? Right, that's a tough spot.
Well, yeah, it's very tough. I mean, I know I've lost the fight here and there, but if he loses 4 fights to the same person, that would be. I don't know what that.
Have to hope someone else beats Alex at that point, and then you can get back to the belt.
Yeah, but would you want that to happen? Because then there's a guy there that you actually know that you can't physically or mentally beat in this life, and I know Izzy's not that type of guy. So Tough. I'd love to actually speak to Izzy about it, but I don't know. I think the 4th fight's warrants it, but at this point, do I see Izzy beating Pereira? For some reason, because Pereira's won the 3 fights. No, I don't.
You just can't make any mistakes. That's pretty much the thing. He was fighting how he was fighting, but you slip up once against that guy and it's lights out.
100,000,000%. But do I see Whittaker or someone beating Pereira? Yes. Do I see Khamzat beating Pereira? Yes. So it's a difficult one for Izzy. It really is.
Do you think Khamzat's going to come to 185 or is he a stick at 170?
Look, I was speaking to him yesterday. He's looking fucking big. He's looking big and strong. So yeah, I think he can do what he
I don't know what that means. Does that mean 170 or 185?
Well, this is the thing. I don't actually know for definite. I think he's still in a little bit of limbo himself. But I do think if he wants to do both, he can, because I mean, I know I think they offered the Colby fight next. Now, for me, he's that close to the title at 170. So he can do both, yeah. But it's just got, as you say, same as me, you've just got to get your little bit of your weight under control and stuff like that. Like, we speak every day, like. So I think he can do both. I really do.
Dana had said at one point that they wanted that Colby fight on the London card under Leon and Kamaru. Would you like to fight on the same card as Khamzat, or is that maybe too much?
No, can you imagine Leon, Usman, Khamzat, Colby, Till, whoever, Till Whittaker rematch, Paddy someone, Tom someone. You know, wow, what a card.
Are you disappointed they didn't do the stadium thing? Like, I thought that was almost going to be it for sure.
So what I know from, like, with past experience from when, like, I brought the UFC to Liverpool is, like, the way Dana operated with that was I heard that he just told all the staff, I don't care what it takes, get UFC Liverpool done. And they just had to. I think with the stadium, I think he's a little bit fearful of English weather and stuff like that. And I don't really know the exact facts with it. But, I mean, look at the names you've got right now, mate. You've got, like, the surging stars and, like, Paddy and stuff like that. Leon's the champ. You've got me, Tom. Like, come on. Can you imagine an event at Wembley? That'd be some...
Will Tom be ready to go by then, you think?
I hope. I haven't really spoken to Tom, if I'm being honest, but I see updates on pictures and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think he should be ready. But, as I say, take your time, Tom. You're still only 28. We're both in our 20s. So, relax.
Well, it all seems to be lining up perfectly. You seem to be in great shape. You're showing off the abs. I saw Bisbing even gave you the stamp of approval at the PI.
I'm ready. My abs are good. The food, I'm fucking hungry. Like, I'm going to go and eat some food. But no, everything's good. Everything's aligning. So I'm happy for Saturday. I want to put on a good show.
Yeah. How do you win?
I do believe if I touch him up a few times, I'm going to get the knockout. But I can't get too reckless. You know, can't do an Izzy or something like that. So that's the path.
Awesome, man. We'll appreciate the time. We're all happy to see you back, and you're the man, dude. Thank you.